Hey guys, Jano Zero. How you doing? I hope all is well in YouTube land. You only get one arm because the other one's got the camera. Whatever part of the world that you are in our part of the world, we have a one-day warm front coming through here. We are, I don't know, third week or so of December, and it's supposed to be almost daggum 60 degrees today. So me and some of my buddies decided we're going to hit the river and do some fishing and check out a new spot. We're in a new area right now that one of our elders on the creek owns. So it's a private riverbank here on the Ohio River. We are right across from West Virginia, and so far the place, I like it. It's got potential, and we are thinking about putting up a fish camp in this spot if there's good fishing here, and so that's what we're doing. We just got to spend some time out here and see, what's going to happen and whether or not it's worth it. The place has got some potential. We need to do a lot of cleanup, but there's a nice level flat spot here that we could put tents. And if we decide to put my buddy Greg's boat in the water, see, there's some stuff from when the water was up we got to clean up. There's Ron and Greg, fishing buddies. Feels like somebody's missing. Somebody's missing from the. Oh yeah, Wayne is missing from the riverbank. Wayne. Anyway, but there's a boat ramp way up around the bend a ways that maybe we can put my buddy Greg's boat in whenever we do a fish camp out here, and we can pull it and push it in and out and try to run some trout lines in the summertime when we're trying to fill our freezer. The only thing that I don't like about this particular spot is across the river there you can see, I believe that's Route 2 on the West Virginia side, and it's a pretty big highway. And the way that they've got the road cut into the side of that ridge of hills over there, all the sound from the traffic reflects and pushes back over onto us. So you're definitely going to hear some traffic noise while we're out here. But you know what? I'm not complaining. It's our own little private river spot that we can come out here and spend some time. And like I say, hopefully we're going to be able to set up a fish camp if there's decent fishing. And we'll see what happens. So far, nothing yet. We're going to do a little bit of cleanup around here and get some of these little sycamores cut down and out of the way. And this is not a spot though that we want to that right now we don't want to like cut up a bunch of wood and leave it in a stack somewhere, because we're not quite sure, when the river comes up in the winter and the spring in our wet season, we're not quite sure how high it's going to come up, and we don't want to do a bunch of work on the place just to come back out in the spring and have everything washed away. So it's something that we'll have to spend some time out here and fish out here to see what's out here, what the river's like, if there's logs and snags, and find out where that stuff is, so that we know how to fish it and if it's going to be worth the work to set up a fish camp. So far, it looks promising. We've had a couple of bites, but no fish yet. Greg and I fished out here a couple of days ago, and he caught a couple of little small channel cats, which is not really what we fish for. I'll keep channel cats if we don't have any fish meat in the freezer. But whenever I'm catfishing, I'm usually looking for flatheads and blue cats. Those are my favorite eating fish. And the channel cats, I just don't like the flavor. I don't know. So, anywho, we'll get with you guys in a little bit as we go along. Well, let's have a cup of coffee here while we're sitting here on the riverbank. And now I can do both arms. We ain't really been I ain't made a video in a while, but we haven't really been doing anything, what I would consider to be cool or interesting enough to make a video about. It's just been mundane stuff. We just had a really bad cold front come through a couple of days ago, and we were just pretty much trying to keep warm and keep the critters warm and keep the critters, fresh drinking water a couple times a day. For those of you that have been around my channel for a while, you know that I've got on my heat exchange out back, which is what we use to help heat our home. We've got a pot of water on there. That way we got warm water. We can dip it out and go give the critters some warm water. That way if there's still some ice in their bowl, it'll help melt it and everybody can get a drink. We do that a couple times a day because they need a drink just like we do. Just because it's cold and frozen doesn't mean they don't still get thirsty. So, but we've been doing quite a bit of fishing. I've made a couple of fishing videos. Somebody had asked, they said that they'd like to see more fishing videos, and I have another channel that's all fishing. It's called Regular Dude Fishing. I'll leave a link in the description box for you, but that's where we do most of our fishing videos on the fishing channel, because I didn't want this channel here to become, we do a lot of fishing. And the reason that we do a lot of fishing is because we like to eat fish, and I love to watch my children enjoy fresh fish. But in order to get to the point where we can eat fresh fish, we got to come out and get it. And we do a lot of fishing for that reason, because we don't have a lot of like cash money to where we can run to the store and buy fish when we want to eat it. We subsist by fishing. And we catch a lot of fish in the summertime and the springtime, and then we freeze them or smoke them or can them or something like that, to that way we can eat them during the wintertime. It is wintertime now, but it's warm enough to where we're out here on the riverbank, and usually the bite's kind of slower in the wintertime. There's not a whole lot that you're going to catch other than catfish. Right now in the early part of winter, the water's cold enough to where we can go out at night. And down by the dam, down there by Greenup, sometimes we can catch a couple of saugers down there. They usually will feed at night, but for the most part in the wintertime, this is what we do. Somebody had also asked, do we ice fish? No, we don't ice fish. It doesn't get cold enough here in this area for anything to freeze where the ice is thick enough to where I'm going to get my big butt out on there anyway. And the river typically doesn't freeze. It doesn't freeze. The strip mines and the smaller cow ponds and stuff like that will freeze over, but like I said, it's not going to be ice that's thick enough to where I'm going to take a chance on going out there. We got to be really careful in the wintertime when we're doing stuff like that, especially fishing near the water. We may get wet today, but we all have our rain gear and our raincoats with us. Just because cold plus wet equals bad things usually. So and we always we'll have a way to make a fire. If we get cold, we can dry out. This particular spot we're in today is a little bit of a hike from the truck. So if somebody was to get wet, we would need to build a fire here on the bank to dry them out. But we try to avoid all that, not put ourselves in that position. So, but anyway, like I said, this is in my opinion, this is an important part of homesteading, just like raising your critters and tending your critters and having chickens and rabbits. Being able to fish and hunt and utilize all the other stuff, all the other resources in your area that your area has to offer is just as much a part of homesteading as anything else is. So, but this is what we've been doing, and I apologize that we haven't had enough interesting things going on to make videos. You guys know I don't like to make boring, everyday, mundane crap videos, man. It's just not interesting to me. And a lot of times whenever it's real cold or we're just doing our daily chores, I don't bring a camera with me anyway. So other than that, we'll if anything interesting or we catch any good fish or anything like that, we'll let you guys know. But for the ones who are interested in just the fishing stuff, check out my fishing channel. And so far this spot too, we've noticed there's been a lot of ducks flying around. So if this is an area that holds a lot of ducks in the wintertime, then next year we may have us a little duck blind out here. That way we can, a little duck blind with fishing poles sticking out the front of it, and then a shotgun, some decoys and a shotgun with us. That way we can maybe get some ducks too. Good eating. Anything that we can put, any kind of fresh meat that we can get is always a plus. So whether it be fish, ducks, deer, squirrels, rabbits, we're always on the lookout for a new resource. Especially something we don't get very often. We don't raise ducks in our homestead, so ducks, an occasional duck or two would be nice. But and we're going to be working our deer hides here pretty soon too. We're coming out of deer season, and honestly, there was a couple of days that we just rested. After the hunt, it was really hard hunting. This hunting season has been difficult, even for squirrels. it's just been hard hunting this year. And the deer season was terrible. We did get some deer, but by the time you skin them and you butcher them and you pack them all away, it's a lot of work to do a lot of meat like that. And a couple of days we just rested and just warmed up and rested up, and like today's going to be a nice day, so we're kind of just chilling on the riverbank, hanging out with our buddies and resting a little bit, because here the next couple of days we're going to start working on those hides, and that's quite a bit of work too, to get them all de-haired and tanned and broken, and it takes some time, it takes some work, but every once in a while we do take a minute to rest. You got to, man. You got to take a minute to rest and enjoy life and remember what life's all about. So, and yeah, my beard. Somebody said, your beard's getting epic. No, not yet, but it will be by the end of the winter, I hope, because it does really help keep me warm, keep my face and my neck warm. So, but anyway, guys, that's about it for around here. If there's anything that happens interesting on the riverbank, if we start catching fish, we'll turn the camera back on. But for now, I'm going to sign off and try to cover everything up. It looks like we may be getting wet here in a minute. So, thank you very much, guys, for watching. You guys have a great rest of the day. God bless. And unless we catch fish, and then it won't be the end. Buzz, buzz, the end.